ertaga nima bo'lishini rostdan ham bilmaydi hech kim. Ya'ni bunaqa ketaversa уже
Да, вот.
yaxshilanishi o'rniga worsen bo'lib ketaveradi, yomonlashib ketaveradi.
Yes.
Exactly.
Например, bitta qo'shni olib berdi, bet hamma uyga olib berdida bolalarga mototsiklchi. Ana shu narsa yosh bolaga kerak emasmi? Faqat mahallada yuribdi, qiladigan ishi yo'q, yo o'qiyotgan o'qishi yo'q, yo kursi yo'q, borib kelayotganda, например. Ana shunday kurslarga berib, bolani band qilish kerak. Men, например, farzandlarimni bosh qo'ygim kelmaydi, bosh qo'ymayman hamda. U kursdan keladi, bu kursga boradi, oraqda ish qilg'izdiraman. Farzandni bosh qo'ysang bo'ldi-yu, yo'qotasan uni-chi. Hozir olib ketib qoladi-yu hamma.
Yes, bekorchi bo'lib,
O'shanaqa farzand tarbiya. Yes.
ko'chachangitib.
Nowadays it's global problem nowadays.
Yes. Correctly nurturing the children is becoming very difficult nowadays. Even though
Yes.
you are confident enough that you are nurturing your children in a correct way, like by giving to some kind of tutorial classes or some sport clubs, training sessions, and etc. However, during these kind of lessons, they see other children and they want to imitate like this. They want to be
Yeah.
like them.
Yeah. They always say, why I must to do this. For example,
Yes.
they are playing in the street. I'm doing at home. I'm learning this Quran, for example. I'm learning new words from my English lessons. Why I must? They enjoy in the street. You made
Yes.
me work like this.
Yeah, they're enjoying from their life, and why I'm not
Yeah.
enjoying from my life.
What they want, they will get. But you
Don't
made
allow
me do
me.
something. For example, yes, you don't let me buy this thing. For example, you was, for example, that let them buy some things, but I will uh, don't let them buy this thing, uh, and they will how I can say. Ana shuni orqasidan уже ana chiqadida, как бы nizo chiqadida farzand va ota-ona o'rtasida.
Yes, exactly. Yani
You
ular
don't love
turmushda
me.
keyin tushunishi mumkin-da bu narsani. Ya'ni
Da.
buni yaxshiligini rostdan ham o'qiganman o'sha vaqtda deb ertaga o'zi misol katta hayotga qadam qo'yib, baribir mayli 20 yoshgacha, 25 yoshgacha tayyor narsa bo'lgandan keyin chiqishar, balki baribir undan keyin o'zlari yashashga to'g'ri keladi. O'sha vaqtda tushunadi baribir.
Shuni aytaman, shundan keyin balki rahmat deydi. Biroq mana misol uchun ota-ona, man hayotda o'zim ko'rgan narsa, kim boyvachcha bo'lib yoki hamma narsani farzandi uchun o'zini o'tga cho'q qo'rib, uyib to'kib qo'yganlarning farzandi hech ham yaxshi bo'lmaganda, farzandini o'zi qiynalsa qiynab, o'zi yesa yedirib, ichsa ichirib, ana shu o'zi bilan birga so'qmoq yo'ldan olib o'tganlar farzandi vashcha zo'r bo'lib chiqqanda. Например, bitta advokat opayning ham farzandi 30 yoshida oyisiga единица pul sovaring telefonimga deb yotadida. Boshqa bir bola o'zini kuchi bilan ko'tarilgan, o'sha 3-4 ta ofis ochgan, xuddi shu yoshda. Ana shu ofisini arendaga olib o'tirgan bola, arendaga olib ishlayotgan bola shunaqa pul topyapti-da. Arendaga berib turgan opani bolasi uyda yotibdi-da, misol uchun. Shu aytadi-da, balki bizning orqamizdan shunday yotgandir, mayli eskirib qoladi. 30 yoshda kirmagansiz qachon kiradi? Undan keyin kirgan ham keragi yo'q-da.
Yes.
To'g'rimi?
Уже udar olgandan keyin уже sekin turmushi boshlashi mumkin. Necha yosh bo'lsa ham.
Ular endi yengil udar olmaydi-da, o'sha 30 yoshdan keyin o'sha qamoqda oladigan ullari ularniki. Da. Farzand tarbiyasi qiyin masala.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so then let's start to our today's topic. Today we're gonna talk about note completion, how to do note completion in listening and reading. However, this is not only about the note completion. If you look at your thematic Cambridge like IELTS reading books and listening books as well, you can find there are lots of question types related to completion. It might be note completion, it might be like summary completion, and also table completion, diagram level completion, sentence completion, flowchart completion, and others. And the same for the listening as well. We have note completion, form, map, maybe, and flowchart, and etc. So, and if we take close look at on what to pay attention while listening, while reading, and solving these types of questions, um, if we become full much aware of what is expected from us, then it will not be difficult to complete this type of, let's say, question type. So,
Odan خرج keldim. Aha.
first of all, there are some tips that you have to follow while doing this type of question. The first one is reading the instructions. For example, we will be given the word limit. For example, if it's 3 words, then we should put 3 words. If it's two, we should put two. And there will not be, in sometimes, there will not be and or a number section in which you cannot put any number. So instruction itself gives us the kind of clue. So, and also the second thing that you should do is predicting the answers. This is very much important after reading the instruction section and underlining the keywords. The second comes underlining the keywords, because when you underline,
Ha?
you become very close to the answer, because you try to understand the question's meaning. And after that, you have to predict the answers. For example, the thing that you should predict is the type of information required. Do we need some surname, place name, name, date, maybe phone number, year, postcode, percentage, price, and others in the listening, and some another type of information in the reading. This is also very necessary because while reading, in the previous lesson, we have talked about scanning and skimming method. And for the note completion, scanning first is very important. You first of all, after predicting, scan the reading passage in order to find that kind of information, maybe date, maybe name, and etc. And then in that part of the reading, you try to skim and intensive reading to understand, to get the general idea of the reading passage, and put the correct word to the note completion. So that's why predicting is the key. And the second thing that you have to predict after predicting the name, surname, and etc. is the type of word. This is very much necessary because I had myself had some problems, and some of my students had problems in doing so. Like, they did not identify the word type, and if you don't do so, you might get distracted and put the wrong word to the gap. For example, noun, adjective, verb, adverb, maybe collocation, maybe gerund, infinitive, and some others. So everything you should do is to predict the information type and the word type. The third thing that you should do is problematic vocabulary, which is time, numbers, prices. This is mostly for the listening part. So you will have some like confusing words. For example, in these types of information like time, numbers, and etc., there will be lots of confusing parts, confusing, let's say, things, information in the track. Like,